This is the first guest we've ever had on air that, when he was in high school, shaved my back.
It's true.
Preston Boyd, how are
Way
you,
to
buddy?
kick it off. I'm good.
We're going to get the awkward out of it right away, because if I didn't bring it up, you would have. Is that fair to say?
I would have. That's kind of our thing. We try to be the first one to bring that up.
Yeah.
Whenever we, I guess I joined you this earlier this fall for a. What was that?
It was a coaching event,
Yeah.
and we held a big gala, an extravaganza, a summit of sorts, and I tried to beat you to it. I stole your thunder.
Yep, and at the wedding, too. I think you beat
That's
me there.
true.
Yeah,
It's true. Well, this has been such a fun joy being a part of your life. Preston, some people know who you are, some people don't. So walk us through, how has our life been connected, and what has your life been from birth till now?
Well, okay. Well, I don't know if we have that much time, but I grew up in the area, and I was...
You're a Moorhead grad,
Moorhead
right?
grad, yep. Was very involved at First Lutheran Church, as were you, and that's where we first met, I believe.
Yeah, I was your youth minister, and you were one of those kids that I'm like, no, this is like a friend. You know, this is just somebody that I laugh with, and we laughed so much. We were on a houseboat in Rainy Lake up on the border of Minnesota and Canada, and for some reason I had these little angel wings of hair on my back, and I think did I ask you to shave it, or did you just offer?
I think I saw you struggling to try and shave yourself, and I said, hey, come on, just hand that to me. Let me take care of this. Eyes on the road, everyone listening in your cars. Be careful. I know you're all thrilled right now. So,
that's right.
But that was that houseboat trip, actually, I still think of all the time, not specifically shaving your back, but I remember standing on the top deck of that boat one night, and I still, to this day, have never seen stars like that.
Really?
It was unbelievable. That was such a great trip. But we took a lot of great trips together.
Well, we did. We lots of snowboarding and skiing trips, and I was out in Cleveland at one random time for a convention, and you were going to school there, right?
Cincinnati. Right.
Sorry,
Yep.
I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. Yeah.
So you were in Cincinnati. What did you go to college for?
That's
you were
right.
obviously at the Cincinnati. Is it Cincinnati Conservatory?
Yep,
right?
which is a part of the University of Cincinnati. And I graduated Moorhead High School in 2004 and went off there to get my Bachelor in Fine Arts degree in musical theater, and then graduated in 2008. And from there, I moved to New York City, and we did what you call a showcase. So my class of 16 graduates all went out to the city together, and we auditioned for kind of the cream of the crop of agents and casting directors.
Sure.
And they try to see the new talent pool coming up in the new graduating year. So from that showcase, I signed with my agents, and they started submitting me for auditions. And my first job out of school was on The Guiding Light, which is no longer. I just kicked the mic. Rest in peace, Guiding Light. So I thought I was going to have
only the good die young. Am I right?
Yeah. So I thought I was going to have this massive TV career, and I didn't do a single TV show for another 9 years. But so I joined the national tour of Young Frankenstein, Mel Brooks's Young Frankenstein.
And you're 22, 23 years old at this time.
Yep.
To get a job out of college on a touring show, a Broadway show, it doesn't happen.
No, some people wait tables for 10 years. Some people wait tables for 5 years before anything happens. And I lightning struck for me, and
you waited
striking,
no tables.
So I waited no tables.
There was no table waiting.
No,
yeah.
I did stand behind a wine bar for about 3 months. But that was about it. So, so then I went on tour with Young Frankenstein. Was out for about 2 years, and then went on the tour with Jersey Boys, which was also a national tour. And then I was pulled off the road for my first Broadway show on a New York stage, which was Big Fish. Based off the movie and the book.
And I like to name drop. It's just fun for me. Big Fish, is that where you met Zach?
No, I met Zach on Zach Braff, for any Scrubs fans out there.
Anybody who's ever watched Scrubs, Zach Braff is like your best friend, right?
He's one of my very closest friends. So
I'm a little bit fangirling right now. I'm just a little bit jealous. However, he didn't come to your wedding, and I was ticked because I just thought that was my chance.
He was working, I met Zach a few shows later when I did Bullets Over Broadway.
Okay.
The old Woody Allen movie.
But in Big Fish, you became really close with Meryl Streep, right?
I wish. No, I don't know Meryl.
No, who? Glenn Close. Sorry, I'm so sorry.
Don't tell them that. No, I'm kidding. I did Sunset Boulevard, the revival with Glenn Close recently. I guess that was probably 4 years ago now. Jeez, time's flying, right? Yeah, this year really flew by. So I'll actually see her on my way out to LA. Stop in Montana to visit with her.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Met a lot of really great people. The cool thing about those actors, these big high profile actors is they most likely always started where I did, on stage, and they are always so happy to be back on stage and be with their people, sharing in that live theater experience is unlike anything you can get from, a movie set. So.
Well, Preston, I've had the privilege of being out on Broadway. The last show that you did was so unbelievably funny. It was. I saw the show twice, and it was like split my gut, laugh so hard. Share with us your most recent performance.
Yeah, Kiss Me Kate was the one before that. God, I get them all mixed up. The Play That Goes Wrong is what you're speaking of, I believe. It was. So there's a theater company in London that has created all of these go wrong scenarios, and so they what they do is they write. So for instance, this show was a murder mystery, and it was a total spoof on a murder mystery. Everything went wrong. It was a la John Cleese, all those Monty Python guys. So it was. I mean, literally, I at one point was holding the entire set together with my legs and knees and hands, and it was one of the most physical demanding shows I've ever done. But it was, there's nothing like making an audience roll on the floor laughing. And that show was just so brilliantly written and choreographed to a T. And it was so much fun to be a part of. So.
Well, Preston, it's not lost on me that your life has been through a crazy amount of turmoil in the last year. You were touring with Les Mis, right? You were Jean Valjean.
I was playing Inspector Javert.
Sorry,
no, that's fine. Yeah, I had the show playing the bad guy. You would assume I wouldn't play the bad guy, right? I'm such a great guy. No, I was playing Inspector Javert. I remember it was March 13th, Friday the 13th, when we got the call saying don't come into the theater tonight, and then shortly after that, our company manager said, we got to get you all on a plane in the next 2 days. And I said, rent me a car. I'm getting out of here. I drove to my in-laws. My wife was doing a play in Chicago at the time. So we met in Cincinnati for what we thought would be maybe, 6 weeks, maybe 2 months tops. And little did anyone know at the time it was, we were buckling in for the long haul. So we were there for about 2 months, and then we made the tough decision to head back to New York City and try to move out of our apartment. So my wife and I have a storage unit full of an apartment ready to explode into a new space when this is all over. But yes, it was shocking to be back in the city and to be there to, kind of pack up our lives and figure out what the next move was. And then we went... Then we came here. We played some golf.
We did. Wonderful. Yeah, then, Preston's just a tish better than me. It's super close.
Just a tish. Yeah.
Yeah, super close.
Couple numbers. So and the theme of the year has been silver linings. Getting to spend a lot of time with my folks has been amazing, and seeing friends and other family, and we're just trying to emphasize the positive.
And now, honestly, it was so funny. You posted on Instagram, having somebody who's never interviewed for a job before, and you just said, "I'm looking for a job.
Someone pay me to do something, please."
Yeah. And I messaged you right away, and we're flipping a lot of houses, and we just opened up a company called Hatch Handyman, and now you've gone from Broadway star to staining some doors later today. That's your life.
I've been picking poly off of my hands for about the last 24 hours. So it's been fun. When I came back after going to LA, after we were here for a bit, we came back, and I came back to drive the beat truck harvest. So I was thrown into a 16-wheeler, having never driven one before, and shoved out into the field and
show tunes in a 16-wheeler.
Yeah, exactly. So I've been notching the belt with some pretty interesting gigs, but it's fun. I think especially as an actor, when things come back, it's being a well-rounded person and having tons of life experience is only going to help me in the long run. So I'm trying to embrace that, and I didn't even know I worked for Hatch Handyman. I thought I was just helping Erik out. So now
Isn't that fun?
I have to change my LinkedIn.
Preston, I love you. I appreciate you. I've had the joy of watching you literally grow up. And here's what I love best about you is you and your wife, Sid, in a crazy place on Broadway. You were shining lights for Christ.
Yeah.
And unapologetic. Even your shirt says hooray for faith right now. And that has been something that has been our common bond. And every time I got to go out to New York and visit with you and watch you go, you're different because you have this light in you. And I invited you here not only to share your story, because I think the people want to cheer you on and wish you well and know what's happening in your world because it's been really transformed. But you also have been given this amazing gift and the gift to perform, the gift to sing. I've invited you here not only as a friend, but as somebody who is going to sing at my funeral one day. And pressure's on. Your dad, my mom used to say that she wanted your dad to sing the Lord's Prayer at her funeral, right? Like it's just the Boyd family. Your sister sang at my wedding. You were supposed to sing at my wedding, but you were selfishly in a show. Like there's so many connections here that I love and appreciate. And I'm going to invite you now, if you would, to sing "Oh Holy Night." So anything you want to say before we pitch it over to you?
I think this song is all about the reason, for the season and keeping faith in this time is really what's keeping me going. So these lyrics land a little harder during this time of the year. So,
ladies and gentlemen, my good friend Preston Boyd.